You can literally wear female clothes, write a book, and sell out. It's like these women can't think for themselves. They need someone to lead them. Yet they say they can be independent. These women have a hive mindset. Women don't know what they want. Women don't know how to live like women, so they need the opposite gender to tell them how to live.
60 years ago, a revolution. The contraceptive pill was introduced. Since then, we've been patient. Now there's Levima. This pill has been liberated. It means no GP waiting rooms, and instead of a doctor's appointment, now consult with your pharmacist. Ask for Levima, a contraceptive pill available to buy without a prescription.
Rebranding the contraceptive pill, which is free and has been since 1974, to cost up to £155 per year as liberation, is a new low for capitalism in the UK. Charging for free, easily accessible healthcare for all isn't a revolution. It's the first step to stigmatizing free healthcare for those who rely on it. The pill is easily available from your GP or clinic, and they give up to a 6-month supply. Picking up a prescription twice a year isn't worth £100,155. The only thing these companies want to liberate is the money from your wallet.
Oil change places are trying to scam women. If you ever see a Ladies' Day promo at an oil change or tire spot, don't go. Why would they make a special day to invite sweet, innocent women to get their cars worked on? Is it because they're being nice and they want to empower women to do stereotypical male jobs? Doubt it. My bet is because everyone that runs those promos thinks that ladies got little old pea brains filled with gumdrops and butterflies, and they're going to try to upsell the hell out of you. Yeah, unfortunately, we ain't done. We got to get you some more blinker fluid, got to get your floor mats aligned, we got to get your high-altitude battery, flux capacitor. Don't forget about that battery filter. That's going to be expensive. Next thing you know, your $18 oil change costs $400, and all Johnny Stippendick did was top off your washer fluid and send her out the door. Are all Ladies' Day oil change services like this? I'm sure there's a couple good ones out there that aren't trying to take advantage of you. But now you know the real reasons, which is why I think
feminist authors have been making money off women by selling books, hosting seminars, and doing many other things for women. Males want in on the money too. Dylan Mulvaney, a biological male, now a trans, is charging $40,000 for speaking gigs to talk about women's empowerment. He used to charge 26 grand before. Capitalism at its finest. Soon enough, we'll see a lot of men desperate for cash transitioning into women to make quick cash. Some men are transitioning into women and dominating female sports. I wonder why we don't see women transitioning into men and dominating male sports though. I guess men and women are just built differently, and men are superior. You can literally wear female clothes, write a book, and sell out. It's like these women can't think for themselves. They need someone to lead them, yet they say they can be independent. These women have a hive mindset. Women don't know what they want. Women don't know how to live like women, so they need an opposite gender to tell them how to live. On the issue of women's empowerment, how come these women don't get that they're getting scammed out of their money? Dylan and many other feminists don't give a fuck about women or women's empowerment. These people are just chasing the bag, a man. I respect the hustle. Get the bread. When reality hits these women like a ton of bricks, they'll stop pouring money into these feminists' pockets. These feminists tell women that it's okay to ditch family and focus on their careers. They know it's what these women want to hear, so they write about it in their expensive books and make it the theme of their seminars. It's meant to be family first, then career second. These feminists also know that women live for men, but don't want to admit it, so they teach women that they can wear anything they want because they feel like it. To me, women's empowerment is a scam to make money. If you need to pay a man in female clothes to talk to you about women's empowerment, that says a lot about your gender. Women are so gullible. Look at the Kardashians, for example. They are rich because of women. They sold a lie of women's empowerment perfectly to women and increased their net worth. Back then, women's empowerment was a real movement. Now it's driven by hate and money. Every time I go to shop for clothes, I see girls' shirts with slogans like "The future is female," "Future president," and "Girls run the world." Boys, you get superheroes and monster trucks. Commercials seem to focus more on girls taking on typically boy-oriented activities now. It gets pretty damn old. Girls get all these awesome, uplifting, powerful messages that you can be, do, and accomplish anything. Little boys, not so much. When I first heard of women's empowerment, at first, it sounded great. Women's empowerment movement. It had a certain ring to it. I mean, it really stirs up pictures of downtrodden Afghan women throwing away their burqas, Saudi women driving their own cars, and Indian women safe on the streets of Delhi after dark, among others. Then my critical thinking skills started to kick in. I had already seen the spectre of third-wave intersectional feminism, working its corrosive effect on our society, our schools, and the minds of privileged, pampered young women in first-world countries. I decided to Google Women's Empowerment Movement. The first thing that came up for me was a Facebook account named Women's Empowerment Movement. I clicked on the link and scrolled down the page. It is what I found. I was somewhat surprised to find little or nothing concerning the plight of women in Afghanistan, Saudi Arabia, or India. Instead of lending moral support for the downtrodden women of the world, I find that interesting mix of gynocentrism, gender ideology, and misandry we call third-wave intersectional feminism, masquerading as the women's empowerment movement.
Feminism is a scam. A few years ago, I was an angry, blue-haired feminist. I once believed that male privilege was real and that I was a victim of the wage gap. Now that I understand the true motives of feminism, I know that this could not be further from the truth, and that modern-day feminism is a war on true masculinity. Before women had the right to vote, most were stay-at-home wives, which meant they weren't working jobs and couldn't be taxed. Our overlords didn't like that. Rockefeller started funding feminist campaigns in media, and as a consequence of the movement, women started entering the workforce and leaving the home. Children would then be separated from their parents and sent to Rockefeller-funded schools to be indoctrinated by the state. All of this ultimately disrupting the family unit at its core. Feminism is defined as the belief in social, economic, and political equality of the sexes. But in the West, I must ask, what rights do men have that women don't? Modern feminists are convincing women that hookup culture, using hormonal birth control, and not shaving is liberation. That toxic masculinity is prevalent and the patriarchy must be dismantled. Through movies and media, we're taught that working for the man, climbing the corporate ladder, and paying tax is more empowering and valuable than raising the next generation. Women have lost touch with our natural loving instincts, and birth rates are plummeting. Men and women are not the same. And by protesting for equality of outcome rather than opportunity, feminists are demonizing and emasculating men.
Also, thanks to today's women's empowerment, women can now blackmail men for anything, be it marriage or the workplace. Women can now get anything done, even murder or killing, for sexual or skin pleasure. Thanks to today's women's empowerment, women can now get unlimited money and financial security just by getting married, legally extorting, emotionally blackmailing, or sexually manipulating. Women now hold all men, husbands and boyfriends, responsible and guilty for every rape in the country. They now get reservations wherever and everywhere and blame all their mistakes on men. Anyway, that's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video. If you find value in my videos, you can show your support through PayPal or Cash App. The links are in the description. See you next time. Cheers.